us in our podcast called The Growth Journey. This is the place where you will start your personal growth and development. I'm glad you're here. I'm your host, Sheryl Hart. We have a great topic today about success. So the title of this episode is What Success Means to You. And I think it's really good to talk about it in this in our episode here because a lot of people, including myself, when I first started in my growth journey, I don't really know what success means, because you kind of influence yourself through social media, TV shows, or people become popular in YouTube, they create a video and they become successful of what they got, and boom, they become they achieve the fame and a lot of followers and fans, so a lot of people right now, even the young ones, so they think that success is like that. It's all about fame. It's all about how many followers you have, or perhaps how many click of likes give you hearts, to your social media platform. So it kind of a little bit shallow, that, right? If you can look at it, it doesn't. There's nothing wrong with that because this is what we lived in our generation today, and it kind of, it's really hard that you kind of, or we kind of, drifting to what is important and what our values are. So kind of bring it up a little bit here to, keep them in the right path to, to take a look really what they really, the success means to them. So I think this is the idea come about, what, how can we clearly define what success means, because my success is different than yours. Okay, so this is what we're going to talk about, and we're going to learn together today how we can clearly define success. Okay, so we hear this a lot. We see and we read this word success everywhere in social media, through blog posts, or perhaps you are having a conversation with someone, or you see a quotes, pop up in your newsfeed or LinkedIn and Twitter, about everything is success, even a website, Success Magazine too, So you see it everywhere. And it seems that being successful in life, to some people, it is so high up there and it seems impossible to achieve. And it feels like it's really unattainable to reach. So if you are looking at yourself right now and where you at in life, especially if you are struggling at something and you see this word success, but then you are struggling right now, where you at right now, let's say you are struggling with finances, can't keep up with your bills to pay, let's say you are struggling with relationships or getting a divorce, to some of you, struggling to find a work, maybe you lost your job, struggling to launch or make money in your newly found established business, struggling with your health perhaps, or struggling to your job right now. So you have a job, but then you're struggling it to to get to the rhythm, or making it's just hard for you right now with the work what you have. So whatever may be you are struggling right now, while you hear or read about the word success or how to become successful, you will have a different feelings about it, right? Because of what you at right now, because we tend to, in our feelings, we tend to define where we at right now, and then kind of how we perceive that words. Although there's some people that it doesn't bother them, even though they're struggling right now, still working on towards success, which is really good. I hope that you are those people that even though you're struggling, you're still striving to be a successful person. So if this is you, more power to you, keep it up, and that's how we should do. But for us, to some that are struggling and we cannot find our own our own values and core beliefs, and how we could become successful as well like other people, right? So when you hear this, become a successful feelings of the words, or perhaps you will, you will sometimes resent it or disregard it. And even if this sounds a positive word, you will you will treat it as a negative words, right? And you will disregard it altogether. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. And the reason why is that when we see a word success, but then you don't feel it, you've instead of become a passive word or passive energy for you, it becomes some negative energy for you. Why? Because you think this doesn't apply to you. And when you think this doesn't apply to you, you will then think that it is not attainable to you. It is also impossible to achieve. And when you say and truly believe that this is not attainable, then, well, guess what? You will not pursue them. And success, and the success that you're trying to aim, and you will not look at the word again, perhaps, or ever again. It is because on how you feel when the time you feel like you've hit the rock bottom, especially. Okay? So, what if I tell you that the word success, okay, what if I tell you the word success do not have emotions like we have as a human being? Remember, in our previous episode, we mentioned about, remember, as a human being, we are emotional creatures. Also, and this is important, so listen to this very carefully now, okay? This is very important. And this is my understanding about words. Words do not have meaning. Since words do not have meaning, we give them meaning. And sometimes we give their value and what's worth to us, on how we feel about it and how we perceive about it. Okay, so that's how I come about this sentence or the phrase that I'm looking at studying this word success means is specific on this episode. I'm looking at it how I think about the word success, right? Because I always wanted to define what it is first, and for me, this is how I clearly define it. This is a phrase or a quote that I created. So if you want to write it down, feel free to do so. So again, words do not have meaning. We give them meaning, and sometimes we give their value and what it's worth to us. It is based on how we feel and how we perceive these words. Again, let me repeat my phrase again. Feel free to, to write it down so you can go back. Words do not have meaning. We give them meaning, and sometimes we give their value and what it's worth to us. It is based on how we feel and how we perceive these words. So all the words that every phrases or words that you hear, that you see, that you read, it doesn't have meaning until we give them meaning. Okay? And let me provide an example on that, what I meant by this. Okay? So if you ask this question on, let's say I ask you this question, what success means to you? To someone, you will have a different answers. Like I mentioned earlier, that my success, my definition of success, because I give that meaning to myself and how I feel and how I perceive this word and what value to me and what is worth to me. That success, the meaning of the word success is different than yours. Okay, so what I did is I asked around. I asked my friends. I asked my family that close to me, and also I posted in social media, and this is what I got. So pretty surprising. They put it in their own words or their own definition of success. All right, so let me read it to you. To the some, the success to them is meaning. The success means to them is to achieve the goal, a plan, a dream that they've set for themselves. So that's another one. Number 2, other people will say attaining wealth, prosperity, or fame is success to them. Others will say that success for them is living a happy life, no worries in the world, or stress. How wonderful is that, right? If you're just living in your happy life, you do not have any stress. Stress. So that's success already, right? If you do not have any stress in the world, that will be fantastic, right? So another one is, as long as I have shelter, clothing, and food on the table, I am successful. That's kind of noble, right? As long as I have clothing, roof, shelter, food in the table, I am successful. That's pretty noble. Another one is, if I got to travel around the world, obviously this person would like to travel. If I get to travel around the world, pay it on my own money, and have no debt whatsoever, they are successful. Another person, if I am debt free, I have no student loan, no mortgage, no credit card payment, no car payment, nothing, no debt whatsoever, I am successful. See, that's a good, I think that's a really good definition of success for that person. And then the last three that I have is the person says, success means to me is creating something meaningful, having impact, and enjoy peak experience that my heart desire. That's really cool. Another one is success to me is being better than I was before because of my own actions. And lastly, but not the least, which is really agreed on, and this is what I, kind of one of my success definition also. So the last one is success means this person is to achieve the gratification by helping others succeed their goals and aspirations. So if you listen to this, other people who tuning in or who provided their feedback and send it to me about, when I asked the question to them, hey, can you provide an example or what does success means to you? They're all different, right? They're all different. Only a few people that I would like to be famous or a fame, prosperity, or attaining wealth, right? A lot of, only a few. Surprisingly, I thought I will have more people. Hey, I want to have more money. That's success to me, right? It's really kind of have an eye opening here that a majority of our people, at least to those I've asked, that they are more into how they can make an impact to other people or being better themselves, and travel the world. It's not. I think a lot of it is based on the experience that they want to achieve, helping others, and it's not about material things, right? Like what we thought before, or I thought that a lot of people would like to have more material things in their lives. That's the definition of their success, to have accumulate more stuff, right? Have more bigger house or better cars, luxury cars, things like that. But I'm surprised, I'm really surprised, and I'm really, really proud of the people that who turn in their own definition about success. That's not the case. They are more. They want to be stressed less. Like there's no worries about in the world, and not stress at all. It was really eye opening with that. So that was very cool. So thank you to those of you who are participated in and sending me those feedback. And it's really good that to know that we are not that materialistic people. We do want it to help. We do want to grow as ourselves, and we want to be better ourselves as well. All right, so that's good. This is we're going towards that. Our podcast is moving towards that we want it to be a better person every day once you're part of this program. So this is really good. So you see, not everyone has the same meaning, right? Not everyone have the same meaning of the word success. As we have learned earlier, that again, this phrase that I'm sharing to you, this is what I understood about words, is words do not have meaning. We give them meaning, and sometimes we give their value and what is worth to us. It is based on how we feel and how we perceive these words. Okay, so keep those in mind. And if you want to re-listen to this, go back and re-listen to it again. So now it's your turn. So how about you? How do you define your success? What does success means to you? So to some, it will take some time. Truly is. It will take some time to figure it out. It takes a lot of self-awareness and a lot of reflections. So this is what I truly believe, that reflections or reflecting on your own in yourselves is really critical in this part when you wanted to achieve success, or even if just wanted to define the word success to you. It's truly through reflection. Your self-awareness and your reflections of who you are, what you value, what makes you happy. What makes you happy. If I can take one thing, or or let's say I could grant you a wish, that one wish, what would that be? Right? Would you be be happier if you are less stressed or no debt at all whatsoever? So yeah, so you gotta look it up within. What is success means to you? It take time. It will take some time to some of us to figure it out, and to some who already know that what they already find what success means to them, and they are creating in their own, is not influenced by anybody. That they're not influenced by parents or spouse or friends or even social media. It doesn't matter. They know who they are. They know what their values. They know what they make them happy. They know what success means to them. Those are the people that already out there and working on it. If this is you, more power to you, that you already know what success means to you. So right now you are working towards it. Even it's hard sometimes, you are working towards it. So keep it going. You're doing a good job. Okay. So you're probably asking, why do I need to know or even define what success means to me? So that's a good question. That why are you gonna ask this question? So why is it important to know? So the answer is, so listen to this very carefully. So the answer is, if you do not know what you want out of life, you are not going to achieve anything. You will just going with the flow, and when the years and decades come by and you look back, you didn't achieve anything, or worse, you will become an unhappy person if you don't achieve anything. Okay? That's the truth of that. Unhappy people, they don't really work on anything at all. And you cannot bring back time. This is what you have. This is the time that you have to work on it. So to those people who are defining what success means to them, and they go out there and get it, they work hard. You will see how their life is fulfilled. They are happy person, happy people. They are also one stop there. So once that goal is achieved, they will set another lofty goal and work hard on it until they have achieved that goal. Then, once they achieve that goal, they will set another one and then another one. And you will see their lives work throughout their lifetime. So how they have changed, they grow, and you know them since they were babies, perhaps. Or you know them since high school or college. And since then, they've set their goals up and keep reaching them. The next time you see them, you could not believe how much they achieve in life, and almost unrecognizable. So probably you have experienced something like this to someone, or you probably know this. Let's say you met the person, and you know this person, you recognize them and say, hey, wow, this is you. I've known you since high school or college. I remember you before, that you are a shy type of person. You can't even speak, and you can't even speak to in front of people, or even for one person. And now look at you. You are a motivational speaker, an author, and running your own successful business. How did that happen? You probably have these people. Did you just woke up in the morning and all of a sudden is this handed to you? And that's what other people think, that those people who are become successful, that they just handed it to them, or it is just a pure luck and they just pick it up somewhere and call it a success, right? But little did they know that it takes years of hard work, sacrifices, and patience to themselves, and a lot of failures and mistakes and lessons along the way, and they probably get some, did some work, and some big trade-offs too, and tough choices that they have to make. So success have a price to that too. There's some trade-offs that we call. So the law of the trade-offs that says you have to give up to grow up. The bigger the trade-offs, the bigger the rewards. That is the law of the trade-offs. So this actually lessons on trade-offs is available that I teach in a membership premium episode. So if you want to learn more about trade-offs, what are the good trade-offs and what is not, and how to do them, feel free to join our premium podcast episode, and then I'll teach you there about trade-offs. Another definition of success that my mentor John Maxwell had taught me, that success is a journey rather than a destination. So, no matter how long you live or what you decide to do in life, you will never exhaust your capacity to grow toward your potential, nor will you run out of opportunities to help others. When you see success as a journey, then you will never have the problem of trying to arrive at an elusive final destination. So success is a journey rather than a destination. Keep that in mind, okay? So when we reach success at some point in our life, you think you already arrived, that you're done, and that's it, right? When you look at success as a journey, you'll never find yourself in a position where you've accomplished some final goal only to discover that you're still unfulfilled and searching for something else to do. You will keep learning and growing and helping others as you go. The only time you will stop is when you are not breathing or died. that's the thing. When you keep learning and growing each day, no matter how old or how young you are, and you never stop. You're always pushing to that goal. So when you reach one goal, you set another goals, and then when you set that goal again, you set another one, and then another. So you kind of layering it up, your goals to achieve those success that you want. And the only time that you stop is when you are dead. Okay, so that's a lot of, that's what I myself is aiming for. I have goals and success in my own definition, and I'm layering it right now and achieving it, and I won't stop. Clearly I won't stop. I will keep doing it until I die. So here's the success means that I've learned from my mentor John Maxwell. So if you want to write this down, feel free to do so. And you're gonna learn a lot of this. So success is, number one, knowing your purpose in life. So we discussed this in great details on the past episode called Are You Driven by Purpose episode. So if you have missed it, or feel free to re-listen to it again, go back to that episode and and get to know about your purpose, because that's important. Success should be aligned what your purpose is. So again, that episode title is Are You Driven by Purpose? So feel free to go back and listen again. Okay. Number two, growing to reach your maximum potential. You have to be great at what you do right now. So if you have a strength, your strength, your talents, your gifts, get better at it. Okay. Reach your maximum potential on that, and you have to hone your skills at everything and maximize it. Okay. Number three, sowing seeds that benefit others. When reach the pinnacle, this is when you reach the pinnacle, the top of the success. We need to give back. So when you achieve already tremendous success in your life, and you set another goal, make sure that it's part of it in our life too, that I do believe that when you do make a success in your life, it's always good to give back to others. That's what we call the sowing seedings that benefit others. We need to give back and help those who can benefit it from. So when people see you succeeding, and they want to be like you, right? Yeah, people want to be like you if you are succeeding, and they know that you reach that success or the pinnacle of that success, and they have the same talents and skills like you are, especially. So help them out, right? Help them out by either coaching them or mentoring them, so they too can achieve their goals. We do not have enough coaches and trainers and mentors in our world today, especially for our younger generations. They are craving for it. They're craving for someone to teach them, to show them the path, show them the way, guide them. When you are at that, just think about it. Just think about it for a moment. when you are that age, aren't you looking and hoping someone can teach you or guide you to reach your goal too? That you are, someone can at least put you in their wings, so you too can learn from them, right? I do. I'm looking for someone before to mentor me or coaching me, because I knew I have talents, I knew I have strengths, but I just don't know where to begin. And it would be nice to have a mentor or coaches who has the same, that I have the same aspiration as they are. But yeah, it's really good the way to give back that way, that we will be able to mentor or coach to those people who want to be like us, right? So I was looking at for that person before, and it took me a very long time to find a great mentor and coaches. I was relying on books most of the time. I That's my mentor. Books are my mentors to learn how to grow. It's different. It's very different when you have it someone with you that actually teaching you and showing you how it's done. And when you have mentor, you will save a lot of years of the experience or the mistakes, the learning curve, as we call it. Because it takes us time, we spend more time to make mistakes and correcting them. And sometimes when trying to correct them, you are unsure if what you're doing is correct. So it's good to have someone to mentor you or coach you. Okay. And yeah, so if you can coach, you can mentor someone, feel free to do so. That's the best way to do soul seeding. And the reward to it is more, it's not a monetary reward, it's more into, you make an impact to the lives of that person. And they will thank you for that forever. Those are a really good teachable moment, and that is the one that we should be aiming for. So when you reach to that point where you start sowing seeding that benefits others, your life will change for better, because you have helped someone, and that someone will help someone, and that someone, they help the next person, and all start from you. Think about it. There's no money or wealth equivalent when you have helped someone to be the best as they can be. And there's no money or wealth can match that, right? So start planting those trees. Eventually, those trees that you plant, it will multiply. And that's what we call significance. Okay? So giant quotes on this is: success is where I add value to myself, and significance is when I add value to others. So I hope these lessons had value to you. I really do. So I know it's a short lessons, but I think this is a good point to bring out to you how you define your success, what is success means to you, because my success is different than your success, and how we can impact that to the world. Okay. Even then, if you don't want to impact to the world or change other person, at least for you, change yourself first before you can change others. You gotta be good at yourself first before you can think about other people, because you cannot give what you do not have. Again, you cannot give what you do not have. So learn your skills, learn your talent, hone your strengths and gifts and talents. Get better at it, maximize your potential. Then you will decide if you want to give back or give it to yourself. So that's the point of it. Okay. So in summary, again, words do not have meaning. We give them meaning, and sometimes we give their value and what is worth to us. It is based on how we feel and how we perceive these words. So first, define what success means to you, and each one of us have different meaning of success. Write it down. That's your definition of success. And remember what my mentor John Max have said: success is 1, knowing your purpose in life. That's the first thing. 2, growing to reach your maximum potential. 3, sowing seeds that benefits others. And let this be your guide as you define your own success. Knowing what it is and what they are to you will help you to start something to work on, and examine and define what it is and work hard until you achieve them. It will then give to you, or give it to you if you want to start sow seeding and add value to others. It is your choice. I hope this had helped you in some ways and have add value to you. All right. So with that, so just in a closing, if you this is your first time tuning in into our podcast, I thank you and welcome you to our growth journey. You are tuning in because perhaps someone referred you to our podcast, or you have found us in a website, or whatever the reason might be. You are tuning in because you knew that you can be more and you have potential to grow, but you just don't know where to begin and where to start and who can help you to get there. I'm glad you're here and made that decision. So feel free to subscribe if so you can get a notification and keep you in the loop on the new episodes every Sundays. Okay, and also feel free to share this podcast to the people that you know if you think this is someone that can help them to inspire them, give them motivations to look up their growth journey as well. If they want to be improved, feel free to share this podcast as well. And also, just a reminder that we have if you want to start investing in your own personal growth and take this complimentary podcast episode to the next level and help you to become more and to be more, take that next step and forward and join my membership program. And as a trainer, coach, and mentor, I'm now opening up to the opportunity for you all to join my membership program or membership club. I'll teach you the 15 valuable laws of growth. Today matters, and the connecting and leadership program, and also sales program or training to become a better salesperson if you can, if that's what you're aiming for, and also more importantly for your personal growth and development. So my subscription are based in our teaching here, and also a deeper dive on the teaching. So if you want to know more, feel free to go to our website at www.sherylhart.padbean.com for more details. And we do offer a bi-weekly or monthly or yearly premium subscription to those who are interested. And also in this text box, you will see the additional information regarding that. And also you can reach me via email at sheryl@sheryliheart.com if you have any questions or something that you would like to suggest for other future episodes here in podcast. And I would like to hear from you too. So with that, always remember, if you don't invest in your own personal growth, no one will. Take care and be well.